the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Thursday. Y'all, we are almost to the weekend. I think I stayed up too late last night after I got off of the live premiere. Child, I felt still awake, so I didn't go right to sleep. If y'all did not tap into the live premiere from last night, make sure you look at it. There was some breaking news on that premiere last night. Also, as you come in, make sure you hit that like button and let everyone know we are live on today. Let's see who we have here so far. Hey, Buttercup. Good morning. Thank you for being first in the building. I appreciate it. Hey, T. Smith. Good morning, sis. Thank you for joining. Happy Thursday, ladies. Hey, T. Lady. Good morning. So yes, y'all, we were up late last night in a live premiere. Y'all were cutting up in that chat. I think we all get a little goofy, when it's late. So make sure y'all tap into that from last night. Hey, T Mills is in the building. Hello, Gina. Welcome. So, y'all, this morning we're going to tap in and kind of go over some updates in this David case. When I say the sick story, okay, of David. Y'all, for one, I'm so glad to know I wasn't the only one who knew who this guy was. Okay, I never knew who he was. Let me also say that this live is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Hey, Stephanie, good morning. So I am so happy to know that I was like, who is this guy? People were saying he was a celebrity. I don't even know. I think he sings. He has songs because he has some very weird type of music. But I didn't, I guess I just wasn't in those circles or really paid attention to his type of music to know who he was. So one thing that I am so grateful for with this case is shout out to Armand Wiggins, who, when I tell you, brings entertainment to his court commentary. Oh my gosh. And see, I missed him live yesterday. So I caught the replay because he's actually in the courtroom. And the way he breaks it down, it just brings it to life. I have to give Armand a shout out for keeping us, I guess, the lighter side of this going, because this story and case is so dark. It is so much that it seems like some type of horror movie, or that it isn't real, but it is real, right? And so Armand is giving us the breakdown after court. Now, so far, they haven't got into the official trial for David. Like I've always told y'all, Gigi tells a good story too with her commentary. Some people just know how to make it very, very entertaining, baby, when they are telling a story. And so for those of you that are like myself, that's coming into this, where I'm trying to make sure I don't get too far behind, because the preliminary hearing is now set for May 26th. So I want us to take some time leading up to May 26th to kind of really go through the background of all of this, because it's so many pieces, so many things that were taking place over this past year or something, for us to really get caught up. Now, I did share a short this morning. If y'all did not tap into that, make sure you look at that. Now, going back, David met Celeste when she was young, y'all. I believe as young as 13, and had been fooling around. And so she had came to a point allegedly, hey, Protected 91, welcome. She had came to a point allegedly where she just wanted more out of life. And she had sent him a message and saying that she did not want to just continue to have sex, with him, and hang out. She wanted more. And she had gotten to a point, because he was, I guess, fooling around with different women allegedly, that she threatened to expose him. Now, on one video, you could hear her even call him out about raping women or young girls. And she caught her mouth and he looked like, what? And he told them to delete that whole video. But see, someone had already screen recorded it. And now it's starting to come back out that it was screen recorded. Now, her family had reported her missing a whole year prior to her going, this all happening. They had reported her missing, which is so odd, y'all. That part in itself. And she had tried to run away more than once. See, that's a huge red flag too. If your child continues to try to run away, and see, CPS, they stay failing these kids too, because why? Okay, why is a child trying to run away? You have to look into that sometimes to really understand. I know I was when I was at one of these schools one morning, one little boy, I heard a lot of commotion. I was making some copies and I just heard like running and multiple people. So it was this little boy, he was trying to break out, but see, you can't get out of the door from the office to the hallway because it's locked from the inside, so you have to have a badge to get out. And so one of the teachers and his mom was running after him, and I heard him saying, that's okay, I'm gonna run away, I'm gonna try to run away again. And I'm listening like, wait a second. So he's saying when he get out of there, he gonna try to run away. See, people need to look into that. Okay, what are you looking for? Why are you not wanting to be at home? And a lot of times that stuff can get overlooked. Let's see, Stephanie said they say he met her when she was 11, allegedly. Yeah, and I'm seeing different ages. I've seen 11, 13, so possibly, and you just wonder, where were her parents? And then also, where were his parents? Okay, because he was still young, but still way older than her. But he was young also, y'all. So he was fooling with this underage young lady. She had been missing. And so this horrific side is the 2 days before his album was released. Okay, and when she had made this threat, then they are alleging that that was the day that he unalived her 2 days prior. Now, this is how sick he is. He called an Uber, y'all, to come and get her. But he already knew what he was about to do to her. He was creating an alibi, okay, to make it look like she was gone and he was just texting her. But she wasn't. She wasn't gone. Okay. Now, see, this is why even when we were talking in the Tyrone Davis case, when I told y'all about those text messages where it was saying that Tyrone was thanking Lulu for going to get that router and, I sent you some money for it, and talking to her via text messages. This is why I said it's important to look into that and see if it was really him texting her. In this particular case, she was not texting him back because she was already unalive. Okay, based off of the timeline that they're coming with. People do some sick stuff like that. And so then, y'all, not only was there two sharp penetrate, he unalived her with two sharp penetrate injuries. That's what's on her. And I'm going to share that autopsy report, not all parts of it, because child, it's just a lot. Like, their report is a lot. Okay, when you look at Tyrone's and look at hers, I'm like, Lord, oh my gosh, it's all kind of stuff that was done to this young lady. Oh my goodness. But the main things that they have on there is two penetrating injuries with sharp objects. Now, it came out yesterday that he bought a pool, an inflatable pool, and two chainsaws. He used a fake account and ordered it off of Amazon. Okay? Now, once he unalived her, let me just say, hey, graphic detail warning. Once he unalived her, he began to dismember certain body parts. Okay? Arms, legs, and he let the blood drip into the pool. Now, they said that's pieces of that pool fabric were found on her body, y'all. Okay. He also cut off her left ring finger, that which had his name on it, and her pinky finger. Now she had another finger that had shh on it, and he also had the matching shh on his finger. Okay. Now he did not just. This is, oh my gosh. He did not just throw her out, y'all. He proceeded to put her body into the trunk of his Tesla and the body parts. Okay, so he kept the body parts and put the rest of her body on top of the body parts that were in the other bag. Hi, Miss Mabel. Good morning. Now, that Tesla stayed parked in his garage, to the point sometimes when people would come over, and there was a video where some girls came over. Hey, honey, 5K. They came over and they were complaining about the smell. And he was playing it off like, oh, I just came out of the restroom, on video, trying to play it off like he had went to, y'all know what, number 2. But they were starting to, sense the smell and all of that. Now, after that, y'all, he was caught partying, okay, celebrating the release of his album, all while Celeste had already been unalived. All while she had been unalived. And they said that he has this fascination with horror movies and gruesome movies, as to the point where it's like he gets a thrill or a kick out of it. That's a red flag in itself too, like, to be honest. So they just released footage where an investigator caught someone driving off with a Tesla, which they eventually took to like this impound lot. That's how they found it. They drove it, put it on the side of the road. And so someone called and that Tesla was impounded. Well, at the impound lot, that's when some workers smelled a foul odor and reported it. That's when they located her body, and then later on identified her as Celeste Rivas, the young girl who had been reported missing. They had to go by dental records, okay, because her body had been so decomposed. And it took them from the time that they found her body to the time that they notified her parents, y'all. It was a big gap in time. Not a huge gap, but a matter of a week before, I guess, they found out everything of who she was and all of that, contacted the parents, which is all on the autopsy report. So now, they've arrested him, and they're in like the beginning stages of this whole thing. So the preliminary hearing is set for May 26th. He yesterday asked for a haircut, if he's able to get a haircut. Child, I'm like, who is worried about their hair when your whole life could be ended and you could either get the death penalty or a life in prison? Okay. But he was asking the judge if he could get a haircut and if he could wear regular clothes to his hearings, and they denied that part. But they said that he could get a haircut, but they denied the wearing his regular clothes. Now, Armand Wiggins stated that the prosecutors, there's a lady that's leading the prosecution team, and said she is like all over this, okay? Said that she's very intense and like comes in like she's like running things, baby, okay? Whereas the defense lawyers, the ladies for David, he said that he doesn't know if they know what they've gotten themselves into, because he said that they're really nice, but just kind of seem a little like kind of all over the place and not really on top of this probably the way they need to be. Okay, because they're already asking for continuations. Can we get an extension on this date? Because the prosecutors wanted to go ahead and do the preliminary hearing tomorrow. But the defense attorneys, they were like, well, we need some time because they have like 50 something warrants that have been sealed that they have to still get unsealed. Child, this here is serious. I don't think they realize how serious this is and all the evidence that the prosecutors already have. Look at what they've shown us already. They've had investigators. See, the thing of it is they've been watching this guy. Once they got wind of what he was doing, people have been, I think, really been some informants for them, but they've wiretapped his phone, all of this different stuff. Okay, so they have a lot of evidence to the point I don't think they were even able to upload everything. He was on Discord a lot. See, some people think that Discord stuff is private. They give razor cuts in jail. You said fire razor cuts in jail. Girl, okay. Child, people think these Discord accounts are private. Child, people be in there recording you. Nothing's private when you open it up to people. Nothing. Okay. So he was doing some stuff up in that Discord. They said, so child, they learn to have Discord stuff out there. Who knows what all Celeste, I'm wondering if Celeste had given him out some info. I know they said that they saw pictures of her in his phone and proof that he was having sex with her. His phone, they said, had all kind of corn in his phone. So he just loved messing with these underage girls, which is, oh my gosh, I definitely know they're going to get him on that. Now, I don't know if he had help in this, but to the extent of this, he seemed like, and this man yesterday on Law and Crime called him a narcissist. He seemed like the type that would try to keep his hands clean. See, he didn't want this to ruin his career, but I'm like, baby, what career? Because I don't even know who you are. A lot of people didn't even know who he was, okay? But I think he had help. Now, he had a close friend named Neo, okay? Now, a lot of people are thinking in that video that they just released yesterday of that Tesla driving by when they were going to dump the Tesla with her body was Neo driving. See, him and Neo has a weird relationship. They have a weird, close, kind of dark relationship, okay? I think Neo, in my opinion, knew of what had happened. Okay, how do one day Celeste around y'all and then all of a sudden she's gone? Okay, hey Latte, welcome sis. How is she gone? And come on now. And he was with Neo for a long time, okay, hanging with Neo. So I feel that there were some people that did some other stuff to get rid of. Oh yeah, and y'all, he bought an incinerator. Yes. See, the things that he bought really lead back to him. Okay. He bought an incinerator too. I forgot about that. 2 chainsaws, an inflatable pool, and then he was caught on video cleaning shoes. Okay, talking about, he put some weird caption, but I believe he was trying to clean all of the blood off of his shoes and things like that. They had searched his house before. Remember, they had already searched his house, I believe, last year. Now, there was a big gap in between. See, I think after they went and searched that house, they had some evidence then. They were trying to collect more evidence on him between this gap from that last time when they were checking his house and when they finally arrested him. They had evidence then. But they were trying to make sure come on now, why it took y'all so long to arrest this man? Okay, so they were trying to make sure they had a lot of evidence, and that they do. Okay, so it's going to, hey, they got him on a lot of charges, y'all. A lot of different charges, and I believe that they're going to prove it. Now, whether he gets life or a death penalty and things like that, I don't know. They said that they believe that his parents speak up on behalf of his character. They probably will subpoena some of his friends, that Leo person, because I think Leo had to go and give testimony for the indictment. Had to go, and they had 3 grand juries. Did y'all hear about that? They had 3 grand juries that listened to this. That it was hard for them to come up with an indictment. I was like, so what does that mean? Why did they have to go through so many grand juries? It's so weird. Hey, Janet, welcome. Thank you for joining. It's so weird. Okay. I feel like when I see him sitting in that courtroom, he seems to be cocky. I think he thinks he's going to get off. He better talk to Diddy. Now, Diddy did get off on the huge charge. But some of these celebrities, they get it in their minds that they have money, they have good lawyers, and that they're going to get off. He's still claiming that, he's not guilty. He pled not guilty. But like I said, I feel that the prosecutors have a lot of information on him and evidence against him. Let's see. Latte said because it may be people thinking they set him up. Yes, it is some people thinking that others set him up. I have seen that too. T. Smith said means the evidence leaves room for reasonable doubt. See, I was wondering that because I said, well, why do they have to have 3 grand juries? Did they not think that it was enough evidence to, bring charges up against him? So that was something I thought about too. Wow. Because the police had the vehicle the whole time and never looked into the trunk. Girl, wait a second. Okay, why didn't they look into the trunk? Now that's crazy. When your car is usually taken to an impound, they search it. Well, maybe do y'all think because at that time it was impounded, it wasn't an official case yet, and they didn't have a reason to search it? Because I think the only reason they searched it was because of the smell and the odor. Because I think they just towed it. I don't think it was because it was officially into an investigation at the time that they towed it. It was sitting on the side of the road. Hold on, let's see. Right, Leo knew something. I think so too, Buttercup. They only have, info on him being with underage girls. Well, and Celeste too. I think they're trying to link the things that he bought and going with what happened to her. They may link all of that together too. Hey, Brittany. They're going to use the kitty corn to emotionally sway the jury. That's a good point too. Yep. Even if it's not a case, they still at that tow yard search a vehicle. And like for repos and stuff, they start your vehicle for impounding. They're supposed to search. I didn't know that. I didn't know they were supposed to search the vehicles though. Wow. They still don't know how she was unalive. Well, they know it was sharp penetrating objects. I don't know if they know what type of objects were used. On her autopsy, and it shows like her liver was cut. Oh my gosh. She was dismembered. And things like that. I don't know if they know what exactly caused the injuries. So maybe they need a weapon. But the parents were okay with the relationship allegedly. Yeah, I saw that too. And that's the part I want to look into too, because I've seen that as well. That they were getting money allegedly and knew about the relationship after a while. So that's the part I struggle with too, because if y'all have reported her missing but then eventually knew about her whereabouts and who she was with, and y'all let it stay like that. No, y'all should have called the police because she was underage. Excuse me, on this man. If y'all knew that she was with, but see, some people, I'm telling y'all, have a price. Some people have a price. Man, if you get a random car off the street, they should check. You don't know who or what is in the car. Could be someone trying to steal a car from the impound lot. Okay. He was paying them out. That's what I heard, Janet. I'm not sure how true that is, but I did read that. Hey, Lakeisha, good morning. That's sick, open book. How her body was dismembered like that. Yes, very sick. Very sick. Twisted. And there are some people that like that stuff too. They get off on pain to other people. I mean, my thing is, like we learned in our criminal investigating class one time, if you have children that love to torture animals and things, those are future serial killers. Okay, so watch your kids. Make sure your kids not trying to be out here torturing animals and things, because you might need to get them some therapy early. I know I was looking at this video the other day where this mom was under fire by her viral video where she said her son, he looked to be about 8, and he must have taken her cat because he was upset and threw her cat down on the ground. And as punishment, she made him go in there and get the PS5. And she said, no, I want you to throw this PS5 on the ground like you threw my cat. Baby, that little boy threw that thing down hard. She said, pick it up and throw it down again. Ooh, it hurt my heart, child. That's your money going down the drain. I was like, he was crying. See how these kids are? Now, you didn't cry like that when you had a whole animal hurting this animal, but your PS5, oh, you in all tears like she hurting you. Okay, so she made him do the same thing to that to that PS5. I was like, go mom. But y'all, look, I don't know about that. With my money too, those things are expensive. You could have just took it, child. I bet he won't throw that cat down again. Oh my goodness. That's cultural. When I was in middle school, there was a girl that got pregnant and the boyfriend was 32 and the family was okay with it. Wow. You saw that, let's say. Family may not be that many generations from across the board. Girl, probably trying to be on the low. They don't want to. You never know. Okay. That lesson she was trying to teach him might backfire, but I really hope he learns his lesson because that's a crime. Exactly. Girl. Poor little cat. The cat probably was like, and but you know what? The thing of it is, y'all, these young boys, and I've seen it in some of our black boys, have some anger issues. Like, and you wonder, I know even when I started teaching 5th grade, we had boys with anger issues. And I used to always say, what you angry for? What are you angry about at this young age in 5th grade? I mean, it's to the point they'll ball at their fists, their eyes go up to the just top, they're huffing and puffing. And you wonder, is it something in these shots or what that's causing all this anger in some of these boys? I mean, it is something that I'm noticing is a trend now. Like, it's growing where they are angry at young ages. And you just wondering, like, you get everything in life, okay? You getting taken care of. What you got to be angry about? And that's coming from not just single parent homes, 2-parent homes, okay? So it's not really anything. Some of that is linked to some of that, but some is not. And I just question that. It's so many boys that you see this with, more so than girls. So just pay attention to the flags. Yeah, these young boys are so angry. The cat can't walk or doesn't eat anything. Poor cat. Wait, the cat can't walk? Oh Lord, I didn't know that. What? That is so sad. See, lady said anger issues. Yep, mental issues too at young ages. Right. They mamas are making babies with crazy angry men. Ooh, woo. That stuff be in their DNA. Man, y'all, it's a lot of them though. I mean, it's so sad. They'll punch stuff. Okay, they'll throw. They do, and that mama is not lying when she said that. Because I heard her say, "Why are you so angry?" I heard her say that. So it's no lie. I blame the internet. Yeah, some of the stuff that they're watching. Yeah, it was in the comments. Okay, got you. Okay. Oh wow, that is so sad. That's really sad. Um, that oh man, that's horrible. They call it ADHD these days. No, that ain't no ADHD, child. That stuff you gonna need some blood of Jesus. Okay, and we come against them spirits because that is too many, y'all. It's becoming a whole trend. Okay, and these kids need to learn sometimes. Now, sometimes with some of their brains, though, depending on the situation when the mom was pregnant, and things can affect certain things in their mind. Okay, and so some have to be taught how to um, regulate. They don't know how to regulate their emotions, and so some, if they were in an environment where the mom was stressed, or the mom came from a bad background, or getting abused, or didn't really have a lot of money and things, that can kind of affect that part of the baby's brain when they're pregnant. It's been done, like research has been done on that. So some of those children have to have therapy or learn how to regulate, because they don't know how to self-regulate. Like some, they'll eat if they feel like they were poor or didn't have a lot of money. So when they go out to eat, they are just scarfing food or taking food. Like, you got to teach them, wait, slow down. You got to chew. Okay. Because it's something that's not automatic in some of their brains. Or if they get upset, they call it flip their lid, where they just act out in whatever capacity it comes to them. They don't know, I got to cool off. Like some students, we got to give them a cooling off period, or go step outside for a second, breathe. Okay, you have to teach them what works for them, because you have some grown-ups that never had therapy and they act out and don't know. That's part of the issue. You have not been taught how to regulate that part of you. You just go on a whim, just do whatever. Okay. So some, yeah, but it's so many. And y'all, it's a lot of our Black boys that you will see these types of things. I don't know if y'all seen the clutch fist. Have y'all seen someone get angry like that and they have their fist down to the side, and then they go to huffing and puffing? And some, their eyes will go up a little, and you be like, hey, like they almost can't see you. I've had some students like that, and I'll be like, hey, can you see me? Hey, calm down, breathe, relax your fist, like, breathe. So you have to kind of talk them through the steps of how to calm down. I have to tell my kids sometimes that, hey, y'all doing too much. Breathe. It's too much. Stop. Because, child, they were about to argue over the elevator button this morning. Stop. It's too early. Okay. It's too early. We ain't arguing over that. Calm down. You are reading my mind. I was about to say they need anger management. Yes. How to regulate. And then also what they watch and listen to, y'all. I know my son had that doggone tablet playing in his ear last night, talking about, I had nightmares last night. It was monsters. It was monsters in my closet. Well, probably because you got this YouTube on playing in your ear. Okay, so you probably are gonna have all kind of stuff just happening in your mind, in your sleep. I was dreaming about some stuff, and I just thought about. I was like, "That's because I got this movie playing." Cause child, I went to sleep on what was the last? I don't even know what the last movie I watched. I was watching Sweet Home Alabama. Then I switched over to another one after that. Let's see. Brittany said, but kids need to learn don't harm animals or even people. Talk to someone like a therapist, but in the Black community, they don't. That it's okay to talk to someone. Oh, tell them that it's okay to talk to someone. Yeah, and black communities, we don't like to go to therapists and take our kids. But see, now I'm learning though there is an increase. I can see there's an increase in people taking their children to therapy. I think people are seeing that it is beneficial and that they have to. If you want some peace in your household, they are seeing that they have to get these kids some help. So I think that stigmatism that was placed on therapy is kind of, a little less now, and people feel okay with taking their children to therapy. Let's see. Hey Sheila, good morning. Let's see here. T. Smith said, "OB, you still sound sleepy, girl." Yes. Oh my gosh. I see. I was cutting up with y'all in that chat. Can you tell, sis? I was cutting up last night. Then I think Dee was still up, and she sent me a message, and I said, "Girl, I ain't even sleep yet." But it's like after I got off that live premiere, I just was not sleepy. So I'm up watching movies. Then the alarm, I think I heard something because I was watching TV. The alarm went off, and then something like shooting was happening on the TV, and I jumped. It broke my sleep. So then I went back to sleep, which was the wrong thing to do. It just, oh my gosh. So I'm just pressing through this morning, y'all. Let's see here. They got to be glad you have good emotional regulation. Girl, that's sometimes. Okay. Sometimes I think my nerves, baby, I'm on the last one. Okay, so baby. And I think sometimes the older you get, you do get a little more patient. But then it's like you're a little more patient, but at the same time, like it doesn't take too much to go there. Like if I wanted to go there, I could. But it's like sometimes you'd be like, it's just too much energy right now. I don't even need to exert that. One little boy yesterday, we telling him to take his hand out of the candy. We give out little peppermints at one point. So I like to give it to them because some of them play and want to just put their hands all up in the bucket and all that. So this other volunteer that was helping, he comes in and he helps with the kids sometimes. So he let the little boy try to get the peppermint out. So he was taking his time, taking his hand out. And so he said, okay. So I was standing nearby, said, "Okay, take your hand out." So he still did. Now I done went up a level. Take your hand. Y'all, before I knew it, that man had kind of tapped his arm, like, "Move your arm out." And I was like, "Oh, shoot. I don't want you touching the kids." You gotta not touch people. Kids, keep your hands to yourself, okay? But he was getting us to that point where he was being very defiant, to that point. We shouldn't have to tell you more than once, okay? So now we done told you 2 or 3 times. Now I done went to another level. Now I don't holler, but my voice level goes up and it's a little more firm. Okay, because I'm not playing with you right now. It's too late in the day for one. Take your hand out the doggone bucket. T. Mill said, "I feel his pain." I feel his pain. Brittany said, "Yes, open book. That's what I was trying to say." Okay, got you. Sheila said, "Girl, I watched your live from Saturday and fell out." What were we talking about Saturday? I was so mad. I missed that one because the pizza was finally found. I needed to be on that one. Wait, what? What did we talk about? Tyrone case? Oh, wait a minute. You talking about when we saw the little Was it 2 slices of wait? Y'all, we don't even know if that was pizza for sure. We trying to see if it was sausage pizza. Y'all, that live there, I was tickled. Oh my God. That live was only supposed to be maybe an hour. We were on there we were on there 3.5 hours. When that got up there live, y'all. Oh my God. But it didn't feel like 3.5 hours. I was done. Cause I don't even know who was it, y'all. Was it Fantasy? I think it was Fantasy. All this time we've been talking about pizza and wings. Ain't no doggone pizza in this crime scene. And here come Fantasy saying, did y'all see the last pictures? So I was like, and I had looked at those pictures before. And so she said, yes. Oh, you talking about my time? Oh, wait, let's say, I got a little time. I'm good. Thank you, sis. She gonna keep me on my time. She said a no pizza box by his feet. Right, Sheila? It looked like a sausage pizza. Goes Fantasy said it was some pizza on the crime scene. So I said, pizza where? Y'all, in front of the black car, there was y'all make sure y'all tap that like button, okay? Because y'all slacking on the likes. So there was like this little brown thing on the ground in front of the black car. And so you have to kind of zoom in. So it looked like it could have been like a bit, like somebody had bit a slice of the pizza. So we trying to figure out what kind of pizza it was, if it was really pizza. It was no pizza box. Shout out to Cherry. Thank you so much for the flower. I appreciate that. Thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. Y'all, we were, oh my gosh, that thing tickled me because I had never seen that. Now, I still don't know the whole rest of the pizza. We got 6 missing slices. We got some missing wings. I don't know what happened. It was a good night, T-Lady. T. Smith said, I still say that food looked burnt. She said, I have never had burnt pizza from Papa John's. Girl, I don't think that was no Papa John's. I've never had burnt pizza from Papa John's either. Okay. Girl, my stomach was hurting so bad. I was laughing so hard. Right. Don't try to get me started. We were really trying to figure it out. I'm sick of them talking about these pizza and wings. Did they even have any updates on the drug case? Girl, no. Brittany, we got people trying to file TPOs. On people, talking about people took insurance money to go after people. I mean, we got stuff like that. But as of any updates, no. Okay. We are still waiting on the video footage. Child, I'm going to reach out to Nothing But the Truth and tell her, girl, what happened? You need to get on it. They said this week. Okay, so this week to me means today or tomorrow. Okay, quit playing with us. Now, it don't take that much redacting. Ain't nothing to redact. Don't try to take out too much. Okay, we want to see everything. Let's see. The family trying to get TP on Charles. I was done. He said, the part that took me out, he said, I got a call from Broward County. He said, the judge is sick of y'all. He said, y'all up there, the judge said, y'all in Broward County, but he lives in Marion County. Y'all, they in the wrong county trying to put a TPO out on Polo. Saying that allegedly, if y'all haven't seen the video, allegedly that Polo was taking money from Miss Renee Dro's mom to go against them, and y'all, it's just a hot mess. Okay, I mean, we have time to do meetings like that, but I just wish we had time to go to those meetings with the police department, and I just wish we had the time to go and get that woman witnessed a homeless lady, and or y'all know who I'm talking about, and take her up to the police station so that she could give her statement. I wish we had time to do that back when all this. I wish we had time to go and try to get this footage before it got recorded over. I wish we had time for that. Child. Yeah, we need to interview on the smooth criminal. Brittany said the dad's side doesn't act like they want justice for Tyrone, but time will tell. Ooh, well, Dro's mama definitely did a post, child. I don't know who. Ooh, it's a lot of mess. I will say this part is just the messy side. Okay, a bunch of foolishness. Yes. Hey, Philly girl. Good morning. See, now, how did Holly get a TPO in a different county? Girl, I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, I guess I wonder if the states are just different laws or something. I seen that they trying to blame Polo for taking the missing 6 licenses apiece. Girl, don't start. You're going to have us laughing. I'm trying to figure out, because remember, the family is the one that did the video showing the pizza box and the wings. And I'm still trying to figure out, was somebody in the family there? Because by the time y'all got there, how was the pizza wings still in the container with, y'all know, the little moisture bubbles, excuse me, when something's hot, when you go and get your order, and y'all know how like it's moisture on the container. How did it still have the moisture? Did y'all remember seeing that? Hey, the Queen stand, welcome. How did the wings? And if y'all don't know what that looks like, I just did a short about a week or so ago. Look at that short, those wings. Okay, how did the wings still have the moisture at the top of the container by the time y'all got there, if y'all weren't already there? The box, how come that box was not squished or squished? Okay, and gone with the wind by the time y'all got there? It's given somebody had to be there. That's what I'm saying, T-Lady. It's given somebody, because I don't know how on a busy road like that during Christmas that box was still there and the wings were still in the container with the moisture. Okay, because if it was allegedly a couple of days later, I don't think that, no. Mm-mm. And remember, they did say a family member was at the hospital. So where was this family member? Who was that? Because they never said a name. But who was the family member that came into the hospital before everyone else got there? And who was the friend? See, these are still missing things. Who was the friend, close friend of Dro's, okay, that was there also? Because Lulu put that. Hey, Camashir, good morning. So, this is my theory on this whole thing. And hey, it is what it is, because I can't prove it, but we can't prove otherwise. Okay, I feel like everything was so convenient that there were multiple cars, like that lady said. Okay, I feel like it was multiple cars involved in this whole thing. I feel like the attention when the police was following up, because they never originated anything. It was all on just Lulu's car, but the other car was never mentioned. So they never really went back into the footage to see if there was another car, okay, involved in all of this. Now, when they were at the Papa John's, okay, remember, none of the parking lot part was on camera. they only saw Dro go in allegedly and out, place the order, go back in, get the order, and come out. We don't know whose car he got into. Just because they see Lulu's car going in and out, they didn't have reason to think of any other cars being a part of this. Now, that lady was saying that, because remember, they had already allegedly got the pizza. Remember, she said that he was in another vehicle, okay? And they were laughing and all of this stuff. And she said that Dro was allegedly pushed out of the vehicle, but got up, and I believe he was trying to go towards Lulu's car, okay? But then the other car had taken off. Lulu did not let Dro get in that car. Now, when they said on the hotel video, and this is all just my theory, when they said that door was opening after that U-turn, I believe the door was opening and she didn't let him in and took off. We don't know what happened when the door opened, because they never saw him get out of the car. And then by then, depending on what had happened or transpired in that other vehicle, or when he fell, then, hey, that's when he collapsed and she took off. Oh, but then she comes back, because why are you circling so much in that area? Okay? Why are you circling so much? And it's too many coincidences about people knowing their whereabouts, talking to her. Then you got the pizza box, you got the wings still with the moisture. Okay, you are the ones taking pictures and videos of the homeless man that the police never found out where this man was or talked to him, giving the police all of these things to the leads to go and follow up on. How do you know so much? Okay, the police just followed up. They didn't originate anything in this investigation. All of the time, it was just on Lulu, but I feel there was another car involved in this. We have no proof that Dro was in Lulu's vehicle after that whole, when she went back to the hotels, supposedly, because we can't even see that video, supposedly getting back into the car and they wanted to go get pizza. If you have no knowledge of anyone else being in the picture, why are you going to look for a person in the picture? You're only focused on the white car. Now, if you could have known that there were possibly some other friends they were hanging out with, or possibly someone else, then you would know, let me rewind in the tape a little. Let me look for this other vehicle. Was there another vehicle before Lulu's car? Not after, because I know everybody's saying after, but we don't know why all those other cars started stopping. If that other car was in front of Lulu's car and she was tagging the other car, they didn't know to look for another car that is possibly someone else that could have been there. But it's like when you look over that police report and you see how much information the sister was privy to, and I ain't accusing nobody. I'm just throwing out my theory on some stuff, because we have no proof either way of none of this. We still don't know to this day what happened. Okay, for sure. I will say for sure. My thing is, she was given a lot of information to those police officers. Okay, so it had been looked into, or a story had already been mapped out. Okay, so it was up to them to then follow up. Now, they didn't do anything extra outside of what was given to them. That's it. So then by the time they go with the main evidence that could have shown what happened on side of the road, it was conveniently recorded over. The only thing they have is a recorded portion of that video from someone's cell phone. How convenient that the important things were out of view. So that lady, although it may not be everything, or people may not truly believe all of what she's saying, that should have been the main statement, one of the main statements that should have been taken, because y'all couldn't find the other homeless guy. Y'all wanted to take a picture of him and record him. We don't even know what the guy was telling them, or if they were telling the guy what to say. And y'all conveniently took a picture of this man and had it a little recording, but no audio. It's showing y'all out there talking to him. We don't know if he's telling y'all what happened or if y'all telling him what to say. But what about this other lady? And Polo was trying to get the lady to the police station so that she could at least have her statement on record. I remember that. And they never took that lady to the police station. At least look into it like you supposedly looked into this other stuff. That's all I'm saying. So if you are not privy to certain information, this is why we go back to the transparency part, all of that. If you're not going to be upfront and say who was all there, then what are we doing? Because it's not the full truth. It is so sad that it comes to this. A lot of people feel like it's just going to be like a cold case where we'll never get to the bottom of what really happened to Dro. Because a lot of things are being hidden. And Polo even said that in his video. And I know some people have their thing about Polo and all of that. But there are some things I agree with him on. They know some stuff. And we already see that they have hid some stuff from us from the beginning. Okay, so I'm not surprised. There were other people there. Let's see. T-Lady said, yeah, a red car. Lakeisha said she was circling that block waiting for the perfect moment that would fit with her story. Exactly. Andrea. Hey, Andrea, I was watching your replay when you came on this morning. Thank you so much. Sheila said she was sitting on way too much info for someone who wasn't there. Exactly. Don't forget the phone call with Lulu and the sister. Yeah. Right, Hood Classic. Good morning. Yeah, let's not forget the phone call. Okay, she had already talked to her. Lulu, when she went to that Circle K, excuse me, when she went to that Circle K, she was waiting. It's a reason. And she probably got a call like, come on back through here. All of that looks set up. You're not continuing to drive past. You know how to get back. You supposedly had your GPS. You used it to go to the T-Mobile store. So you knew how to get back to that hotel. So you mean to tell me you done passed 2 times of how to get back to the hotel? No, you were trailing people. That's what I feel. And I feel that whatever took place in that vehicle, it caught Dro off guard. I was just watching a video last night of his that was on his channel. And he was talking about what he wouldn't do, what he doesn't do as a truck driver, things to be cautious of and things like that, of not to do this, not to do that. So one of the things he said, I like to be aware of my surroundings. Okay. And that's the type of person he was. What they did, they had to catch Dro off guard to do what they did to him. Even notice that lady said at one point, she heard them laughing, being cool, and then said that when he was pushed out, when he was saying no, it caught him off guard. I felt that thing. When that lady said that, something in me, I don't know why, I felt it like he was saying no. And then probably gets from that car, and they probably, like someone said before, thought a car would hit him, and that would be the reason that they would say, okay, he lost his life. And he was probably saw Lulu car pulling up, was probably trying to get to her car, but she drove off. And then circle back, coming like she didn't know what was going on. No, you weren't looking for footage to see what happened. You were trying to see what footage was in the area to see if it caught what happened. Those are 2 different things of trying to prove what happened to Dro and trying to make sure it's not proven what happened to Dro. Okay, those are 2 different things. So it may not have been at her hand that this happened, which could have meant outside of our control. But you left that man, the integrity, that part, the moral side of this is something that won't be forgotten. You left him on side of that road. That part will not be forgotten. Let's see here. Sheila said, yes, other people was definitely there. Had to be 2 or more cars. I believe so. And it was so convenient that they couldn't see in that parking lot. There's no proof that Dro got back into the car with Lulu. When they went across the street to look into the parking lot, the only thing they could see, because, hey, they weren't looking for any other vehicles. They were looking for the white vehicle, the Infinity. Okay, that's the one they were looking for. So, of course, if they're rolling through footage, they're not looking right before her getting there or right after she got there for no other cars. They weren't privy to that information. Okay, so why would they be looking for it? No, they saw her car going in, saw her car coming out. That does not mean that they could see Dro inside of the vehicle. For one, she had dark tint. We don't know how far away. That's why we need to see it with our own eyes. We don't know how far away the camera was. Did y'all literally see Dro in the car? I don't care about her car only. I want to know, did y'all see Dro himself inside of the vehicle? No, they probably did not. Okay, they probably did not see him. You feel that way because they only said Lulu was lying, but they had a full conversation with Lulu giving those details. Then everybody agreed what to leave out the story and told Lulu what not to say. On what part? What part? Because child, she done a lot of lies. Set up definitely, in my opinion. They probably got the other person's perspective and came out with all this stuff. Sheila said, yes, I believe that lady. Out of their control setup. It was out of my control. Just don't sit right with me, meaning someone else could have been there and he got into it with them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe some stuff went wrong. I don't know what the motive would have been. I know one thing that Polo has stated on his last big live that came out, about the rug situation. I don't know. I don't know what the motive would have been to hurt Dro in this particular situation. I don't know what that motive would be. But I just feel, y'all, looking through that paperwork, and that's the part that stood out to me, was the sister had a lot of information that she was pretty much giving and feeding the police officers this info. Okay. All they did was follow up with it. Now, they didn't even go back to Gilchrist, though. All of that needed to be a part of their report, or at least transfer over some key things that could also be crucial to possible motives and things like that. Then when we hear that lady story, I'm like, that's interesting. Okay. Because, I mean, it was something we were missing this whole time. And I still say, how do you have some wings that y'all are recording and it still has the moisture on it? Those wings would still have the moisture on there 2 days after. Okay. And the pizza box would probably be squished and flat out of there. But y'all had access to all of that. Then we find out people have been talking to Lulu. We didn't even know about these people talking to Lulu. All of that was kept out of this in the beginning. Obi, say forget the police. Send me them videos. I'll investigate myself. Right. Child, send me the videos. Okay. Let me look. Because clearly y'all are doing an injustice to this man. Okay? I mean, I was sitting there just watching his video, and I'm like, for one, this man is so full of life. He was so smart, intelligent. You know, he was sharing his story about being a truck driver. He was telling the truck drivers, you know, if y'all want to share some information on what y'all do or do not do, you know, share those in the comments. He was like, y'all, if y'all want me to start going live, he was like trying to build his stuff. Okay. He was always bringing up, he was saying he talked to his wifey and his kids every day. So I'm just not understanding what went wrong. Why would someone want him gone? Then you have the videos of him and his children. Okay, his son, they had such a special bond. Even his son does not know to this day, his daughter, what happened to their father. I know he misses his dad. You could see on the videos, he was all up under his dad all the time. They did a lot of great things. And still don't know what happened to his dad. But yet you got people out here going back and forth talking about some doggone insurance money with this petty mess. And need to be wondering what happened to well, y'all already know. Y'all probably already know. All this stuff was smoke and mirrors to try to smoke out Lulu and to try to get some doggone money. That's how I feel. And Lulu still ain't came out. And all the money, whatever money that they got, allegedly, is probably almost gone anyways. So what are we doing? And I'm not talking about the justice for Dro thing, because I will always stand on that part. But all this other mess is unnecessary. It's petty. It is irrelevant. It has nothing to do with what happened to him on side of that road. And that's probably why he felt the way he did and was voicing all of that in his videos. He didn't trust these people. He said it out of his own mouth. Like, seriously. He knew who he was dealing with. That was out of his own mouth. And someone said last night, he's not at rest. Because there's so much other stuff going on. And regardless of how people may feel about his mom, Dro loved his mother. He would voice that all the time in his videos. And his wifey and his kids. He voiced that. Which is why I don't see how she could leave him on the side of the road like that. Because he was always talking about her. And trying to be there for her. Trying to provide for her. Do this for her. Do that for her. Take her on this trip. Do that. Come on now. Would he have left, if the roles were reversed, would he have left you on the side of the road like that? The same man going with you to appointments, lifting you in and out the car, doing this, doing that. But on that particular trip, this my car. That's what you were in that frame of mind. And it was so convenient that the roles were reversed at the end. Right, Obi, what was the motive? Right, exactly. And it sounds like his family is at the center of it. And a smooth criminal. She had no choice and can't speak on it. It screams setup, threats, force. Okay. All of the above. Enough is enough. Like, seriously. I mean, it baby, enough is enough. Like, I can't no more. Like, it's just so sad. It really is. It's so sad. And you know, some stuff you just let be and let God bring it out in his own time, in his own way. Like, we're still, to this day, stuff is still being brought out. Like Polo said, you know, money was sent to him to go after the mother, allegedly. And he has proof of that. Like, what was that about? You see what I'm saying? You see how the public can be used to try to weaponize people? Okay, when certain things are put out there or told, but behind the scenes, certain things are at play. Those things happen in real life. This is real life. And those things are happening. And it is so sad. But you know, the love of money is the root of all evil. People don't even care about people anymore. It's about money. It's about money. Everything is about money. It's so sad. So we shall see. Hopefully, you know, at least we'll see the videos that we can see and hear what was actually told to the police and things like that, what the police saw from their vantage point. Or, you know, I don't know if they're going to show that on there. Maybe they'll have where they're talking or whatever. And the conversations, I think some of those phone calls will also be a part of the body worn camera because they had their body worn cameras on during those phone calls too, with the sister and so forth. So some of that may be on some of the camera footage too. But yeah, it's just sad, y'all. It really is. Then you got this case, the David case. So sad. Romika's case. It's like a lot of these cases, it's just so much, y'all, going on. And you do have to protect your mental, protect your spirit. When you're dealing with different cases like that, like sometimes y'all, I just step away and I just turn off the computer. I don't look up anything because like my mind, I'll just keep going and trying to find out. Like even the David case, I was going through stuff last night. I was like, let me put on some a movie. Let me step away, you know, because it's just a lot. It is a lot. And you just be like, this is real life. This is not even a movie. Some of this stuff seems like a movie, but it's not. It is someone's real life. People are losing real people behind this kind of stuff. And I question too, if we so worried about money right now, then my thing is, was there a reason? Was there a motive of some possible money? Okay, if we so worried about money now, come on. Let's see. Looks like we're getting movement on Kendrick's case. Yes. Now that's one case we are starting to get some movement. And I gotta share. That's why I say, y'all, it's so many cases right now because I want to share some of those things too. That they are now finding out videos up to date, you know, right now, videos from back then are being shared. They're thinking about reclassifying the case and not accidental and so forth. So there is, and that, look at the patience it took. Okay, 16 years. That's a long time. And they never gave up. And they're finally starting to see some movement. Hey, D, good morning, sis. They're finally starting to see some movement in that case. Kendrick has a whole army. But see, this is the thing, y'all. When you are unified with a purpose, you're unified, you get more stuff done. You do. You have a team, you can get some stuff done. Okay? When you are divided and y'all supposed to be on the same team, it falls apart every time. Every time. But unification, that's one thing that I've noticed on Romika's case. We've seen movement. Kendrick's case, we've seen movement. Dro's case, we were seeing some movement, but then things started falling apart. It became so divided. And now where are we to this day? It's so sad. KJ's mom worked that case like a job. Okay, right. it literally gives me chills 16 years later, and now it's coming together. Look at God. Yes. All of them thought they covered the Lord is revealing. All they thought they covered the Lord is revealing. Right. Yes, but his family was not giving up. Nope. And they were trying to arrest him and everything. Hey Glenn, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate that. Yeah. See, they thought they had one child and that this family was going to give up, move on. No, they didn't. That lady and that man know that that did not happen to their son the way that they said it happened. Okay, anyone could see the pictures and tell that that didn't happen. We all knew that, right? But a lot of us moved on with life. They did not. That was their son, their child. They kept going. Then they have family members that continue to fight with them. Then it just started growing. They have a whole Kendrick's army behind them. That people knew that that was not what happened. That have stood strong over the course of the years, protesting. They're trying to arrest them. They have been getting death threats. Okay, all kind of things they have come up against. But against all odds, they have not forgotten Kendrick. And the army is just growing and growing and growing. And now God is just moving. Like you're starting to see movement again in this case. Okay, that's what you got to do. When you really want justice, you could tell when people really want justice. Because you are against all odds, but you keep going. You stay focused on the task at hand. What is the assignment? And they never lost sight. His mom continues. She's written books. She continues to go live. She got trolls coming into her lives. She'll cuss them out and keep going. She'll cuss them out and keep going. Okay, keep talking about it. You know people are like, oh, they're getting on my nerves talking about Kendrick. They don't care. Okay, they're going to continue to talk about it until justice is served. And I'm glad that God has given them the strength, the tenacity, the endurance to keep going, because we know that did not happen the way they said that happened. When you look at his face, when you think about his organs being missing, stuff with newspaper, lying, covering stuff up, even back then, footage coming up missing. Those people not crazy. When folks want to keep going with something, it's not because, oh, it's a benefit out of it. No, people have a conviction and they know when something's not right. And some people don't want it to just, oh, let's just go ahead with life and cover it up. No. Those people did not do that. His life meant something to them. That was their son. And y'all took him out of here. And then the audacity. You have so many people involved with this cover up. It is so many people. Kendrick must have been someone great when you have all of these people working together to cover up your death. They did not like him. Those boys were jealous of him. For them to do something so horrific, and I mean, y'all, it was, oh my gosh. It was brutal. They did so much to him before he died and lost his life. Based off of the bruising and his face, and y'all, the hate. It takes hate for people to do you like that. They hated him. And that is so sad. And he had a promise. Ooh. D said they put boots on the ground. Yes. Yes, they did. They continue to do. Hey, Love Selfishly. She said, OB, you cooking this morning? Girl, I'm trying not to be on here crying. And you can't have messy people behind you because things won't work out. Exactly, D. People who were afraid to speak are coming forward. Yes, that's the thing. Some people were afraid to speak up, but see, y'all know what time does when you, especially if you're privy to some information. See, time works on your heart. See, some people mature. Some people, they've been so haunted by the lies and what happens. See, every time they see that picture, they probably like, oh, it does something. It eats them up. And eventually they want to feel better. So what do? Let me tell the truth now. Because I just want to be able to sleep. Some people can't even sleep at night because they know the truth and were trying to cover it up. Let's see. I don't care how long it takes or when they are in life, hold them all accountable. Yes, as they should. The pictures. Yeah, he was beaten. You could tell. So much to him to say he did all of that to himself. Exactly. Sheila said it's Emmett Till all over again. Right. And my hat is off to the parents because they want the world to see exactly what they did to him. And that's why they're showing the pictures. Exactly. And I'm glad they show it too. And I know it hurts them to show him like that, but they want the truth to get out, to show what they did to their child. This wasn't no getting into no mat. For one, we all knew that was fake. Okay, we knew that was fake. But then y'all done took out time. And this is the part I just can't understand. I can't wrap my mind around. They took out time, y'all. Coming up at nighttime, trying to cover stuff up. Y'all waking up at night, coming up to the school. Y'all taking out time trying to edit videos. Y'all taking out time trying to threaten witnesses. Okay, getting people to hush, they telling some of the kids that they weren't going to be able to graduate if they spoke to reporters or spoke to police. Y'all threatening their futures to keep them quiet. Judges allegedly taking money to help cover it up. How do you even sit in that seat, knowing that you looked at that picture and you came up with the idea that was an accident? And you are a judge sitting on a bench. You have taken an oath. And you sitting on that bench saying that was an accident. When you see his before picture and the after picture, you mean to tell me y'all think that this young man actually got into a mat to get some shoes and all of that happened to his body? You were okay confirming that was an accident? Okay. They need to disbar all of them. Okay, all of them. And take them to jail at the same time. I'm sick of it. Okay. I'm sick of it. The injustice. I'm sick of it. Take them all to jail. Everyone who had a hand in covering this up needs to go to jail. And that applies to Dro's case. That applies to Kendrick's case too. That applies to Romika's case too. Everyone who had a hand in it needs to go to jail. Enough is enough. Like, that is sad. And you have taken an oath. And you mean to tell me you looked at those pictures and you thought that was an accident? Because that's what you co-signing on. The mom just did a video on the place that did that to KJ's body. Oh, wow, D. I haven't seen that one yet. Those pictures send the worst chills. Lord have mercy. Yes, exactly. And like, they walk around when they protest, they have a before side by side with that picture, what he looked like before, and the other picture. And so when they do protests, they walk around with those pictures, y'all. So people that never knew about this case or weren't privy to it now know about it. Okay. They want the world to see what they did to their son. And it was out of pure hate and racist. racism. That's what it boils down to. Hate and racism. Which means that even those boys, the brothers, had a father. You have taken an oath, allegedly helping to cover this up. Because you don't want your privileged sons to go down. They should have thought about that before they did what they did. They should have thought about that. See, that was premeditated to me. Then they have a new video that was just shared yesterday by a young lady on Facebook that works with the family, that they showed one of the brothers staging the scene. He had Kendrick's yellow folder. D, I don't know if you saw that. He had Kendrick's yellow folder and his book. Where was Kendrick? Why you got his stuff? See, they never did a thorough investigation because they didn't want to. Because it would have shown DNA on his body, on his things, and y'all never traced that back to anybody else. Good morning, Beverly. I be right that white boy and his no good sons did that. Yes. White devils stick together, whether they get along or not. They stick together individually. Us blacks are strong. Just imagine we could get done if we stuck together. Right. That's what I was just saying. Right. If we stuck together. I'm going to tell y'all. When we stick together, baby, we have shown time and time again what we could do. Look at Black Panther. When black people came together, how well everybody was putting on the outfits, how well Black Panther did. When we stick together, look at how Target started, their stocks and things started dropping. So CEOs had to resign and started losing business. Target not even the same. When we stick together, look at how Michael Jackson's biopic in its opening weekend, has shot up to one of the top performing biopics financially ever. We already see when we stick together. Barack Obama, our first black president. But see, that's when we stick together. We can do some great things, amazing things. It's been proven. But when we get divided, we doing this, we're trying to get the upper hand, we don't like this one, things get messy, things get petty, we fall apart, and we don't get stuff done. But other groups, Hispanic people, they will live in houses together, child cars together, will try to save money, then you save enough money, they go pay cash for a car. Okay, you good? All right. We can't do that, baby. We ain't trying to stay with nobody. We want to make sure we got our own stuff. We ain't letting nobody drive our car. It's sad, but it's the reality. I know we get tickled at little stuff. We do. But it's just the reality. Look at how they work together to cover this up against one black boy. They work together, baby. You are right about that. Sheila said, yes, and it hits differently when you can see with your own eyes. Exactly. Her name is Erica. Yes, I see. Okay, you did see that. Kamashir said, oh, wow, I haven't seen that. It's so much to catch up on. It really is. Just like I didn't want to get so far behind with this David case because I started seeing every day it was something new coming out. So I'm like, okay, let me kind of brief the people on what's happening thus far before we get into the preliminary hearing, which is coming up on May 26th. And so I'm going to, as the weeks go on, let me start sharing some things that have been brought out, exposed about that. And then Kendrick's case, I feel like I got to get caught like with the new stuff that's being brought out so I can start showing y'all these new pictures, videos, and things like that because it's a lot that's coming out. Let's see. I saw where the boy was listed as forfeited for that wrestling match. No one did a thorough investigation. Exactly. I'm glad I grew up because that kind of stuff would have me loading up. Okay. I'm telling y'all. Let's see. Whose message is this? Okay. Sheila said George Floyd. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, George Floyd. I want to see how YouTube held that message right there. They don't want you talking about that. Okay. We saw. It was the audacity for me, y'all. That police officer, child. Don't get me mad. I can't even hardly talk about that. It was I just couldn't believe I was seeing what I was seeing with my eyes, y'all. We had just been in a whole pandemic. I said, this man bold enough, cocky enough on camera to be down here kneeling on this black man's neck like this. I could not believe I was seeing that with my own eyes, y'all. I thought it was fake. I said, I just couldn't believe it. I really, to this day, it was the audacity for me, the cockiness of it all. And that man ended up losing his life when he did not have to lose his life. I can't even go there. Ooh, that case there. Yeah, it was so sad. And I don't know what his daughter is doing now. She is probably grown up. She is so beautiful. But I remember that time when she was on the other, I think he was a former basketball player that was close to George Floyd. And yeah, T Mills, they censored that. They held that back, baby. They don't want you talking about that. I'm able to see it on my side. And so she was on his shoulders. This was right after it happened. And she said, my daddy changed the world. And she was smiling in that moment. And I said, God, be with this baby. As she grows up, cover her, protect her spirit, because she knew her father had died. I don't know if she realized the gravity of what that meant about her daddy and her father changed the world, and how one day she will see and actually come into knowing how. That is so sad. So I am going to I want to look her up, look up any updates about her and see what she's doing. But I truly felt that she's going to do some great things in her life, that this will be used to boost her, and that she's do some great, great things in her life. Her father would be proud of her. She was so beautiful. And she said, y'all get OB on one and this will become open book investigations. Girl, look, we good for talking about some cases and some entertainment. Okay, girl, this stuff interests me. I'm telling you, I could talk about it all day, and God. Okay, we talk about God. We could talk about some entertainment and laugh, and baby, we could talk about some cases and think deep over here. Those are the 3 top things you'll find over here. We will cut up. Okay, that's why some things I don't talk about because they flag you. Yeah. I mean, it didn't flag my channel. It just held back that comment. So I was like, okay, YouTube. My dad got beat by 12, and now my brother works for SWAT. Wow. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry to hear that. But hey, look how he now is your brother, is he alive, or did they take his life? No, you said your dad. Wait, hold on. Your dad. Okay, so did your dad lose his life by that? If you don't mind sharing, or I mean, you don't have to. Wow, now my brother works for SWAT. Wow. Yeah, some people. Hey, Miss Floria, how are you? Blessings to you. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope all is well. That's so sad. Mm-mm-mm. It happens, y'all. It didn't happen so many times till, I mean, I think people were starting to get immune and stop watching a lot of those videos and things because of it. Just is like secondhand trauma to people to see that, or it's triggering because they may have been in a potential situation or had a family member that has been in a situation like that. So some people just, they just, not that they don't care, they have had enough of seeing it. Okay. Just like with the whole Sandra Bland thing, we were going through that, trying to find out what happened with Sandra, because I don't believe that she unalived herself to this day. Just like with Ashley, I have a strong conviction. I don't feel Ashley unalived herself, just like I feel Sandra Bland did not unalive herself. That police officer knew Sandra Bland was going to go to court and was going to tell what happened. And he didn't want to lose his job and get in trouble. Yeah, he knew. He knew that she had a case. And I wish she wouldn't have told him what her plan was. But see, because she was on it with her lives and things. She spoke out a lot. And they couldn't handle that. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Did you see the case about the FedEx driver OB there in court? It's happening downtown. Girl, I have been seeing it, girl. That's a whole other thing, too. Oh, that whole case. I feel like he could have stopped that from happening, but he, too, got nervous and scared and just, it went to a point of no return. That poor little girl. And y'all, her stepfather, the little girl that got unalived, her stepfather said that she had just ran out to his truck when he was leaving, and he told her about running out to the trucks. And y'all, because he almost hit her. So I guess when FedEx came, the guy came and she was so excited about the gifts, boxes. She ran out there and he hit her. It wasn't intentional, but he, I think, freaked out. And he didn't want her to tell the father and her parents what he did. So, like, they were trying to describe it as he was trying to get rid of the problem because he has some type of autism. And it just kept going too far. Now, in that, some things I feel he was aware of. Because why are you asking the little girl to take her shirt off? Okay. And she asked him, are you a kidnapper? So that should have clicked in his mind. No, I'm not a kidnapper. I'm trying to take you. Where were you taking her, though? I'm going to take you back or take you to the hospital or something. And so when he asked her to take her shirt off, she said she wants her mommy. And y'all, after that, he unalived her in that truck. And he covered that was another thing. He covered the camera because there's a camera in the truck. And all you could hear was, movement and things in the truck. They said they didn't let the public hear that, but the jury heard it. And they said the jury members were crying that day. It was the family had to leave out because they couldn't stand to listen to it. I don't think I would want to hear it. Poor baby. I know she was scared. And that happened in Texas, too. He's been in jail. They've been recording his phone calls. One point, he was talking about somebody was trying to get a story. And he was like, yeah, because I can make all this money off of the story. All it is. That's why I'm saying money. Okay. And I can buy this one a house. But see, he wants to see his son. He's written letters to the families, asking for forgiveness, saying he's sorry, all of this. But the reality is he may not be able to see his son. So right now, it's not a trial of seeing if he's guilty. They know he's guilty. It's to see if he's going to get life in prison or the death penalty. That's what the jury is trying to decide. So it comes on TV every day. I think the last little parts of the trial, this part of that trial phase. So it's on court TV. They play it. Some of the news channels, they play it. So they've been having people speak up on his behalf of the defense side. They've been having witnesses come and speak up on his side this week. Let's see here. D says a lot going on in the world today. Yes. Hood Classic saying, I'm saying that because we was young and hated 12, but we grown up. My dad is still alive, but he sued them. Oh, wow. Praise the Lord. Okay. He's still, oh, thank you, Lord. Got you. Okay. So you were saying because of what they did, it caused y'all to have that hate. Yes. Okay. Got you. But now your brother is working for, oh, and see, he can make a difference too. He's working for SWAT and things like that. We need some of the good officers, good people, okay, on these law enforcement teams and so forth. Okay. Yes, Sheila. It's taking place now. Hey, so good morning. Yes, it's taking place now. Now, this happened, y'all, was it 2022? I think it was 2022 when it all happened, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all, so many cases, the dates, I'm trying to keep up with dates, years. I think it was 2022 when that happened. He's been in jail. And y'all, this is what's so bad. I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with it. So he kept her clothes too, y'all. They have video of that. Okay, 22. Okay. They have video of him keeping her clothes. He threw her over the side of this bridge in a different county. See, this is how some stuff, regardless of whether he has autism or not, he thought through some stuff. Okay. It ain't have nothing to do with no autism. So he went to a different county, threw her body, y'all, on side of a lake, in like a little lake side of a bridge where you go over to like a little bridge area. And just so happened when the police were looking for her body, they eventually found it. And they said that it was like a little glistening light. That's how they were able to look, and right there on the surface of the water, I was like, oh my gosh, they were able to find her. But he kept that same truck. He wanted to ensure he kept the same truck. Oh, okay, in the Trinity. Okay, gotcha. And they have him on video cleaning. He was stopped at a gas station, okay, going to get cleaning spray, cleaning out the back. He had lied and told his mom or his girlfriend, one of them, that he had got a stomach ache from eating some bad food. So he was like, yeah, I had to clean out the truck because, yeah, it was all kind of stuff probably back there. And then they got him on video, like with her clothes was in the seat. He put her clothes, y'all, in one of his backpacks. So, like, what is that about? It's like you planned some stuff. You thought through some stuff. Okay? All of that was from the FedEx camera. So, they have all of that. Then, after he did it, y'all, the next day, knowing that they were doing a whole, like, search for her, after he did it, took her body, threw her body out, he comes back to the location and trying to deliver some more packages. And they have him on camera where he was asking what's going on. Like, you don't know what's going on while they there. And the police is telling him, we're looking for a little girl, blah, 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 blah. All on the FedEx camera. And he's smoking and just driving, delivering people's packages, and like nothing had happened. Like you didn't know. These people are weird, losing their minds. Like, seriously. They're losing their minds. So that case is going on now, too. They were thinking he grapes the young girl because of the things he said on camera, but turns out he didn't, according to the medical examiner. But she said it could have still happened. I was like, wait, I'm confused. No, I don't think he graped her. For one, he said that I guess he has ED. Y'all know what that is in a grown man way, where he can't even, get, y'all know. And so I don't think he did. So when she said that, because I heard that, don't add nothing to it now. Okay. His own mom asked him, did he do that to the little girl? And he said, no, he didn't. Mom, I can't even, So if they couldn't find proof, don't add anything to it. I heard that mess too. And I was like, wait, what? I'm confused. Yeah, don't add to it. You don't know what all he was doing. He could have just, because I think they said mainly choked, strangled her. But if y'all didn't see any actual abuse, don't add nothing to that. Okay? I didn't like that part. Because the parents are there. So they don't want to hear that if that's not something that was proven. Yeah, see, like, now I don't know how true that is. Only his girlfriend would be able only the girlfriend would be able to, confirm that. Oh my goodness. I was like, wow. It was, y'all, it was sick. Ugh, so sick. And then, like, the family, they do good because, child, I don't know if I could sit that close to him and have to look at him every day. The back of his head every day. I don't know if I could be in there. They would have to sit me way, way across the room. I don't know if it would be in me. I probably have to look at it on live stream. Because every time I walk in there, I'll be ready to go upside his head. Speaking of going upside the head, did y'all see Orlando Brown's new video? I saw it on TikTok. Now, that's who needs to get some help. Okay? That's who needs to get some help. I was like, if he don't stop, he gonna be in jail from some of the stuff he's just saying on this internet. I can't understand that type of thinking. You unalive her because you hit her, but in the truck, she looked fine. Well, I think they did find some tire marks on her. Did you hear about that part? When they were talking about one of the, I don't know who was giving that testimony, but they did. I think it was the police guy where he said, hey, Ray, where he said that there were some tire marks on her chest. I think he said the chest and a little face part. We probably just couldn't see it on the video, but I don't think it was to the point where where she couldn't move or anything like that. You see what I'm saying? Like my cousin, he got run over by a car one time, but he could still walk because when the car tire ran over him, it ran over his shoe, really kind of protected his foot. Because the shoe was kind of, you could see the tire marks on the shoe, but thank the Lord it did not crack his foot or break his foot. So I don't know if how it hit, like if it knocked her first and then he like kind of ran, I don't know, but it seemed like something must have hit her. I got to go back and listen to that part. But I think, because I was like, oh, because when we see her on there, she does look fine. So that's why I was confused too. But when he said some tire marks, when they did, I guess, the autopsy, I need to go look at that. I think it was the police guy, detective, that was bringing that part up. That is so crazy. And her little self was just standing there. She was so scared too, probably. He should have just took her to the hospital. I would have preferred him if he freaked out like that. I would have preferred him just drop her off at a hospital and leave her there like that. Let them find her family. She would have still been alive. You know what I'm saying? And then just take off. Like, get her some help. Don't try to just get rid of her. That's going to make the problem worse. It didn't help it. Now you in trouble and could be facing a death penalty. I mean, oh, it's crazy. Here's my question. Why isn't the mom locked up for negligence? Because why is your kid continually running in the street? Yes, I was wondering that too, because the stepfather had gone to work. Where is her mama? What in the world is little girl just doing out free, just running around? Here's a FedEx truck coming. And, like, I didn't get that part either. And even when the stepfather almost hit her, she running outside too much. She had too much freedom as a young little girl. We're not living in the same day and time as we were. When we were younger, we probably could go outside, ride our bikes, play hopscotch, Mother May I, 1, 2, 3, red light, kickball. We could all just go down the street, walking down the street, shoes on, shoes off. It was, everybody knew everybody. We knew the people in the neighborhood. They knew us. Okay. Everybody looked out for everybody. Nowadays, it's not the same. Okay. It's not the same. It's not like people want to get to know each other, looking out for each other's kids. Now, you got people lurking. You got people watching predators on Roblox and things like that. It's totally different. Keep your kids close to you because, child, it's a different world. It is a different world. Have conversations with them, what to do in the case of an emergency and things like that. Okay, it was the stepmom. Okay. I thought that was the stepdad and the real mom. Yes, okay, so right. Those likes are liking. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all. The stepmom was frustrated with her and sent her to her room. She didn't check on her for at least 1 hour. Stepmom said she was tending to the baby and cooking dinner. Oh, so she was at the stepmom's during that? I thought it was the mom. Exactly. The old people don't even sit on the porch, right? Girl, the old people that went in the house because they don't want to get hit or get in trouble or somebody unalive them. They said it's too dangerous out here. We don't even see old people sitting on the porches like they used to. Okay, the real dad left to go on a fishing trip. So that was the stepdad. This is crazy. Oh. That is crazy work. So she left her. Okay. Out. She tended to the baby. Oh, so I know the real mom is upset then. I don't know why I thought she was with her real mom. Okay. So, the real dad had left. Okay, got you. Wow. That's almost like the other case. Wow, I never knew it was the stepmom because, thank you, Ms. Val, because y'all remember that other story with the little girl having the asthma attack and she was with the stepmom and the dad had left the little girl, the black little girl with the stepmom. Real mom was pissed and dad divorced the stepmom. Wow. But the dad and the stepmom would probably end up divorced. Right. And the little, okay, because they had just had like a performance at school where the little girl was like a mock courtroom. So her mom had taken her to school. She had seen her and she did good there for her performance. But then the nurse called and because now the stepmom, it was up to her to come pick her up because she was going to be staying with her dad. So the nurse had been calling about her not feeling well at school because she had asthma. So then the stepmom picked her up And I guess she wasn't feeling well. The stepmama was like, well, go in there and take a bath. And, yeah, Sheila, that story. Go in there and take a bath. So she was prolonging taking her to the hospital. Okay, putting it off. And the dad wasn't there yet. And say the mom had just been trying to go to court because she wanted to make sure, because her daughter was having these chronic asthma attacks so bad that she wanted to make sure when she went with her father to his house that they knew how to properly take care of her. Y'all, that baby did not make it. Okay? Imagine her real mom having to find out that stepmom was negligent. And the dad, oh y'all, it was a mess afterwards. She still goes live, and she's still fighting too for her daughter, justice for her daughter. Okay. She said that judge did not make a good call. She's on that judge. She shared the judge's picture and everything. And her daughter was so young and so beautiful. And she ended up losing her life. Her asthma had gotten out of control. And she could not breathe. By the time she got to the hospital, y'all, it was too late. Why was I busy typing and you come through with the info, right, T. Smith? Now, that's a real dad, because you can't tell me you left my child unattended for an hour and think we're going to still be together. Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's so sad. I was like, whoa. So, yeah. And then the dad, after the baby couldn't even be in the ground long enough, he wanted to stop child support. And she say, baby, you can stop that child support. I forgot how much because she don't even call his name. She don't even say his real name. She be calling him the something. Child, she was talking about him. She still be on there talking about him. And some of the stuff, that's been going on. I was like, oh my God. And hope he got custody of the kids. They got together. Yeah. Somebody, she was in there with the baby, but you done left this little girl out. Oh, Lord. Now, that part probably be haunting her. And I don't think he actually hit her with the truck. That's just the story he told his mom. So you think that he just took her? Like kidnapped her? I got to go and find that testimony again. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that the investigator had mentioned tire tracks on her body. I'm gonna have to go look at it for myself again, and see if I can find that part. Wow, that's so sad. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna get off. We have thoroughly talked about. Look, we be all over the place, y'all. The live was about David. We done went to Dro. We done went to Kendrick. We done went to Tanner. Oh my goodness. Yes, from what I got from the trial, he saw her and asked her if she wanted to see something in the truck, and she got in. Oh. Wow. Believe it's to show her parenting and behave. Wow. Mm-mm-mm. Well, then that was definitely, in my opinion, be premeditated. There was a shoe print on her. So is that what I was thinking? He said some tire print, so shoe print. Okay. I'll go look at that again too. Yeah, Sheila say she late for work. Let me get out, because, baby, we'll be on here talking all day. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on today. If y'all have not watched the live from last night, make sure y'all tap in to that live from, we talked more about what the information Polo had shared on last night. So make sure y'all tap into that premiere. And I also did two shorts yesterday. One short was Clarissa Shields. Child, y'all just be on Clarissa, baby. They got a whole, they be calling her ugly, all kind of stuff. But y'all, she had this outfit on, and baby, they were going in. Okay, so she said she blocking She blocking anybody that's calling her ugly, talking about her clothes and all of that. She be doing her little comebacks. I think they just like to see Clarissa go off. Okay, at this point, people just messing with her. So I shared a short about that. And then Clarissa being Clarissa. Okay. Then also, y'all, the man who is walking 3,000 miles to raise money for a school that he's trying to build for kids. There was a car because, when you're doing that, he has someone with him too. So he's doing the walking, but they're like trailing him in the car as well. And he has his wagon, he has his stuff and all of that. Well, I guess a person was driving, probably was on a cell phone or something, and they crashed into the car, and that car hit the man. So now he's in the hospital, and he's been documenting his whole trip. I think he was in day 30 of this whole journey. And now he's in the hospital. I said, baby, I would own that school by now with the insurance that y'all gonna have to pay. The insurance money. He may not have to finish the trip. He may not have to finish the trip. And it was live when it happened. And so, y'all, I felt so bad. Thank the Lord, this man did not lose his life. And one thing he has shared, he carries his Bible with him. Shout out to Dr. Braves. Thank you so much for the gold coin. I appreciate you being here. Oh, and there's one more thing I want to say after this, too. When I saw Dr. Braves, it made me think about it. T. Smith said, I saw that, and I bet his donations are going through the roof. Girl, after seeing that video, I was trying to find out where the QR code. I think I'm going to go on his channel today, find that link, and I'm going to share it on my community wall. Let's blow up his GoFundMe. I don't even know if it's a GoFundMe. I don't know what he has, but let's blow it up. I'm gonna make a donation. Y'all make donations to it. This man is now in the hospital. He's already shared where he's taking kids to Africa. He's taking kids to Africa, I think Disneyland. By doing these walks. This is something he does for boys that can't necessarily have money. Their parents don't have money. So he's on a mission of walking 3,000 miles to raise money to build his own school for these kids. Somebody being negligent then hit the car that's trailing him, and it hit him while he was live. All his stuff went into the road, on the street, and he lived. This nothing but God. He's a minister too. All of his stuff, this man got hit by a car and lived to see. He did a part 2 to the video because he was showing people the cars that hit each other, the one that hit the other car, and he showed all his stuff on the road. And they were like, an ambulance is about to come. I think he was in shock, but it showed God was protecting him. One thing he held up, he said, I always take my Bible with me. And when I tell you, my granny always told me, every time you travel, read Psalms 121. And when we travel, I don't care if it's by car, boat, plane, I always read Psalms 121. And God has always covered us on every trip. Every trip you go on, take God with you. And so it showed the power of God that he covered that man's life. He may have, now I think right now he has like something around his neck, like a neck brace. He said they're running tests and things like that. So I don't know if he's out of the hospital as of yet, but he's good about updating people. But when I tell y'all, that thing scared me. I was just looking at the random video trying to see, I saw his caption that he's doing this walk for a new school. So I was watching the video. Next thing you know, the car behind him, because I thought at first glance, it looked like a car was going slow behind him. And when the car was trying to go around him, I thought the car did it on purpose and rammed into him. And everybody was like, oh, they did that on purpose. They did that on purpose. And so he added a caption to that because people were saying that. He said, no, the car trailing me got hit by another car. That's the thing. And that's how it looked like that car was hitting him on purpose because it had rammed into him while he was on live and trying to raise that money. Yes, he got hit, T lady. Yes, and I shared a short yesterday. Hey Nina, welcome. So y'all say a prayer for him. I pray that he exceeds his goal. See, after something like this, the enemy be trying stuff. But see, after something like this, we never know how God works that thing out. Somebody may fund that school where he doesn't even have to continue to walk, baby. They may say, look, what you need? How much more you need? Okay, we got it covered. Or the donations, the outpouring of donations may help him to reach his goal without him even having to finish that. God is able, right? So I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna go and look for that link, and I'm gonna share that. That just showed the power of God's protection on that man to live through that. That could have been his life, but because he's doing something great for kids, and that's something, y'all. When he said the Disneyland, God brought it back to my remembrance. I've always wanted to do a nonprofit for kids that are from low economic areas where not only, just because I can't do it for everyone, but I wanted to come up with some criteria for me to select the students. But I remember when I went to Disneyland and I was in the classroom as a teacher during that time, and I was sitting there and I was just looking around. And I was like, because I knew I taught at like low income schools. And I was looking at all the kids walking through, laughing. It's one of the happiest places on earth. And I think we were waiting for them to do the fireworks because they do the fireworks and things like that. And I started thinking, I'm like, man, it's so sad that this is one of the happiest places on earth. But some of the very kids that I teach may not ever get a chance to come to this place. So God had laid on my heart to start this nonprofit. I have the name of it and everything, where based on off of donations only, we would fund kids to be able to go to places that they typically would not be able to go to based off of their economic status. And Disneyland was one of the places that I would love to just take groups of children that would typically, there are places even locally, Six Flags, that some of them never been to. You will be amazed. It's only 30 minutes away for some, but they've never been there. Disneyland to them may seem so out of like their realm, spirit, their sphere. And so that was when he said Disneyland and he's taking boys to Africa and things like that. It was like, man, that I remember that was something that I've always wanted to do. And so I just had never really got it together, the nonprofit information and things like that. But that is something that I want to do one day. Did he get her back? I don't know how bad it is. He was still in the hospital. He did an update saying that he thanks God that he's just still alive. He had a brace around his neck. So I'm going to check today to see if he did another update. But as of yesterday, he was still in the hospital. Watch God's light shine all through this situation. Exactly. I agree. Hey, peace be still. Good morning. And then y'all, last but not least, last night on Facebook, the Queen of Kings, Rose Miller, she had posted a very cryptic message. Now, I don't know if it was for attention or not. I ain't finna laugh at it because y'all, nowadays, people, hey, be doing stuff, okay? But she had made a cryptic post last night and she said, tell my kids I love them, and I tell my kids I love them, and something else. And then she said, I'm done, but I'm done, signing out. And I was like, huh? Like, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? And so I don't know if anybody has done a welfare check on her, but nowadays you can't post stuff like that because it is people posting and they actually try to take their life. But when I saw Dr. Braves, it made me think about that post that she did last night. Now she hasn't posted since then I haven't seen anything on YouTube or on YouTube or Facebook. And so people are like, if you're playing and this is a marketing strategy, please stop, because there are real people that go through things, that post those cryptic messages, and they actually do take their lives. So I don't know, y'all. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Say a prayer if that is something that's on her mind or she going through something. I don't want anyone to be in a point where they feel like they have to take their life. That's one of my goals, to get my kids there. Yes, girl, mine too. I haven't taken my kids yet. I wanted them to get. Now I went when I was young. Once when I was young, our church went on a trip there. They took us all there. Then I've gone twice as a grown up, but I wasn't married or had kids when I went. So I wanted my kids to be of age where they could get on the rides and be able to understand what it is, because it's so expensive. Okay, I don't want to bring you here when you 1 or 2 and can't even remember. Child, no, it's too expensive. I need you to remember this. But that's my goal. I think next year will be the year. I think we'll try to go next year, because then my daughter, she's old enough. My son's old enough to do it too. So they'll be able to get on the roster, because my daughter, she had a little more growing to do to get on some rides. So I want to make sure they can get on the rides, everything we can, they can get on with the height requirements. So I think we'll be good if we go next summer. That's going to be my goal. Either next spring. I don't want to go when it's real hot. I want to be able to go, even if I take my kids out of school. We may do a school skip day, and I just take my kids and we go to Disneyland when it ain't that many people. Okay. Well, with our current situation, we should make it a reward for being able to read. Okay. Right. I'm telling you. Girl, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna get off for real, because I know me. I'll be on here all day. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on today. Shout out to the mods in the building today. T Lady, T Smith, and I think Latte earlier. Thank you, ladies, so much. Also, special shout out to the members that are lit up in green. Thank y'all so much for your support. Make sure y'all catch the members live that we did on yesterday. And then thank you all for joining us today. Make sure you hit that like button. It is for free. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, Cash App, or buy a coffee. And also, special shout out to the people that did give on today. I think it was Dr. Braves. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember all of them. Who was it, Latte? I know you keep up for me. Dr. Braves, Cherry. I think it was one more. Oh, charge it to my head, not my heart. For giving Jules this morning. I appreciate you, ladies. Thank you so much. I thank y'all for tuning in, and I may be back, y'all, in another. Give me about 2 hours with another live, and we're gonna cut up on that one and laugh. This one here was so serious and deep on some parts, so we're gonna cut up and laugh. Okay, so happy is Sherry. Okay, thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. Cameron Shear said, I've never been myself. You've never been? Oh, to Disneyland yourself. Girl, y'all, as grown-ups, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even as grown-ups, when you walk through that gate, okay, it is literally, it's a excitement, a smile that comes over your face. Like, you literally feel that. That's not just something that people say, but you see the characters, the music that they're playing, and the rides, and the castle, and it just takes you, I think it just takes you back in time into the times you were growing up, and we used to play princess, and it is literally one of the happiest places on earth. So you definitely got to come, okay, or go there. Boo, sorry, I have been listening and working, so I couldn't watch the chat. You're okay. You're okay. Exactly. I need you to remember this. Right, baby, because when we going and we spending money like that, I need you to remember. Wait, what was that on, y'all? Wait a minute. That was That was Remember the Titans. Y'all remember that? This night, they will forever remember the Titans. You will forever remember that you were at Disneyland. Yes, you have a great day as well. See, I'll get tickled all over again. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.